And the CMS was 100 questions, guys. That complex adult health CMS was no joke. It was 100 questions. By the time you were at question 50, you're like, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm tired. My eyes are tired. My brain is tired. It's the last brain cell. I'm leaving. Hey loves, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for joining me today. I know it's been long. It's okay, you can't blame me. So it's been forever, but today I'm so excited to be here, finally getting time to film. Yeah, so thank you guys so much for joining me. If you're new here, my name is Jemima. Welcome. Don't forget to hit the subscribe button if you haven't. If you are an old subscriber, hey, thank you so much. Thank you for the support. If you've been here a couple of times and you haven't subscribed yet, what are you waiting for? Am I not good enough for you? Please don't forget to hit the subscribe button, like, comment, engage, and yeah, let's get into the video. So as you guys can tell by the title already, this video is all about my complex adult health class. So I just got done with that last week, and you know, if you're in Chamberlain, you have no break. So literally I got done on Saturday. The following week I was already in community health. On Monday I had my community health clinicals. Tuesday I had clinicals too. You guys, I don't even want to dive into community health right now because I literally legitimately have 3 clinicals a week, like for real. I don't want to talk about that because that's gonna be in a separate video when I get done with community. Right now let's talk about complex adult health, critical care. That's what I got done. So yeah, so if I'm looking down, I have my laptop here. I will be telling you guys whatever happened in that class. I'm making sure this video doesn't pass 5 minutes because I know you guys have nursing school and you don't have time for this. So anyway, so as you guys know, every clinical class in Chamberlain start off with a med calc, and as a critical care you have to get 19 over 20, 19 over 20, or 20 over 20 to pass it. Below 19 you have to retake it, and you have 3 chances to retake it, and if you can't, then you automatically fail the class. So that's how it starts in Chamberlain. You have an exam before you actually start the class, you know. And I just want to address this. So I had a comment a couple of months ago about somebody saying you have to look in the camera, you don't have to keep seeing yourself, you have to stop looking at yourself. See, I can't look in the camera, okay? I want to see my beautiful face. So forgive me if it's like I'm looking somewhere else. I still want to see my face and see how I'm talking in this beautiful headband. Okay, so let's continue. So after the MedCalc exam, you know, our clinical started. So about the clinical for complex adult health, I had 4 clinical the whole session. So it was 12-hour clinical at a hospital, and so it was 4 times, and that was it. Anyway, so I'll talk about clinicals later. Let's start with what we did for class. So here we had ATI assignments due. So it was for 50 points each, and then we had quiz at the end of every week. We had a quiz which was 10 points. It wasn't bad at all. It really prepared you to study ahead. And then we also had more communicator ATIs due, and then you guys know the practice A and B that you have to do. So with the practice A, you actually just submit it. You have to do it at 0 points. It's, I think, 100 questions. And the practice B is also 100 questions, or 90 or 100, don't get me wrong, I don't remember, it's been a week. So that practice B also, you have to submit a binder for practice B also. So that was it. We did more quizzes, and then we did our exam 1. Our exam 1, it was okay. I mean, I didn't do good, but let's just forget about it. It was bad. And then moving on, we did more ATI, we did more quizzes, and then we did exam 2. Exam 2 was better than exam 1. Exam 1 I didn't study, so but exam 2 I studied a little bit, so I did great in exam 2. I was like 84, so I mean, it was great. And then moving forward, was the praxis B. I had already mentioned it, and you guys know RUA. You have to do RUA every session, starting from the day one that you start. Every session, every class that begins with an NR, you have RUA because it's a nursing class. And so if you don't know, RUA is the required uniform assignment. And so we did the RUA. It was a research paper, and you know RUA, it doesn't have to be more than 5 years your references. So Chamberlain has a library you can use. You can also use Google Scholar. Yeah, you use Google Scholar or the Chamberlain library. And then moving on, we did our CMS. I will be talking about how I study for my CMS later in about a week or two. I have to jot out some points because I have to show you guys my study plan for the CMS. I always started early the first week, so I will be sharing that also. So we did our CMS. It wasn't bad. I got the normal score I always get. And so at the end of it, we did our end of course survey, and we did exam 3 also. It wasn't a lot. It was 70 questions, 70 minutes, 70 points. So you know how Chamberlain is like a minute per question and all. Yeah, so it's a minute per question, so it was 70 points. And the CMS was 100 questions, guys. That complex adult health CMS was no joke. It was 100 questions. By the time you were at question 50, you're like, I'm ready to get out of here. I'm tired. My eyes are tired. My brain is tired. It's the last brain cell. I'm leaving. So that's the only bad thing about it. And we had like a 9 targeted ATI assignments. It was a whole 9 assignments, 30 questions each, and it was for 10 points. I mean, it wasn't bad, but bro, yeah. And then we did our group PowerPoint. We had a group presentation PowerPoint that was for 40 points. It was actually great. And then it was with your clinical group. So yeah, we presented it in class and all that. And so that was the end of it. And so after each exam, you have to do an exam reflection. It was just telling your professor how you studied, if you went to CAS for that, if you whatever you did to study, what you, so exam 2 was about what you did right, what you changed, what you continued, or whatever. And what else? Yeah, that was it. So moving on to clinicals. So clinicals, as I told you, it was 4 times. It was 12 hours. We went to the hospital. It was okay. So after we got every day, it was 6:30 in the morning. 6:30 in the morning, you get there. You you take a report about your patient. It was 1 patient each. It wasn't bad. So we went to lunch at 12. We came back at 1. We continued, and then at 5. We get off the unit. So instead of us to go to a critical care unit, we didn't get placed in a critical care unit. We got placed in a cardiac unit. So at 4 o'clock, we leave the cardiac unit. Our professor takes us to a critical care unit, and we look at the pumps, the ventilators, and everything, chest tubes, all that they have, learn about it. She tells us about it, how it works, and what the seizure stuff and everything. So from the ICU visit, we come back, we talk about our patient, what we did that day. We fill out our eval, and then 6:30 we are out of there. We go home. I mean, for other people, they go home. I always work after clinical, so I had to always rush to work, so it wasn't really fun for me. So yeah. And so after clinicals, by the end of Sunday, you have to submit your clinical paperwork. It was 2 ALTs, and then it was a critical thinking map, and that was it. That was all we had to submit, which was actually great, because I actually didn't get time to do any of those clinicals. It was a lot because we had to take vitals also for all the patients on the unit, so, and then blood sugars and all that. This clinical was actually a very busy one. So that was it. I actually enjoyed it, and so it was fun. It was just 4 times. It was every other week, so it was fine. In community, it's a different ball game. I'm gonna explain it to you guys when we get there, but please don't forget to hit the subscribe button because I'm going to show you how I study for my CMS and everything. So thank you guys so much for coming here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for enjoying this. I am so excited you were able to join me. So yeah, thank you so much. Bye.